Welcome back to my channel. This is Flipwalker42, and I am back here tonight on the Failure Incorporated SMP server. Again, we are beta testing a custom mod pack made for NevaFree gaming group. And the first episode was a little shaky. We had a hard time getting food. We didn't actually starve to death, but it was a pretty near thing. But as you can see from my food bar, I actually have full food right now. So our farm is doing okay. And hey, look at that, someone is sleeping. So let me sleep real quick, turn it into day. And there's a couple things that I want to show you. First off is that I think it's time to finally start progressing down the technology ladder. And the first real step for that right now, I feel, is grout. Okay, so grout is, most of you probably know, is what you use to make a smeltery. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on a smeltery today, which I'm super excited about. Allow us to upgrade our tools and really start progressing down that chain. So I'm going to grab some coal here to fire these up real quick. I made a whole bunch of furnaces to help speed this up a little bit. For those of you who don't know, you make grout by combining sand, coal, and clay. So it's a pretty simple recipe. There we go. Just a matter of finding those items. I went out and did a little hunting earlier, and we already had a bunch of gravel, but I went out and got some clay and some sand. We're almost out of sand again. But that should be enough grout to get us a plenty big smeltery, so that's the good news. Now the other thing is about agricraft, alright? So let me put some of this wood away. I just chopped down a bunch of trees there. In fact, let me grab just a few more of these crops, because that is one thing you'll notice as you're working with agricraft, is that you go through a lot of these crops. Okay, I'm going to show you why. So right here, this is the area that I've been using to breed all of my crops. And as crops breed, or as they spread, they improve their three possible stats of strength, yield, and speed. I don't think those are actually named properly, but that's basically what it means. Okay, so I'll actually demonstrate how this works. So once you have your mature plants, okay, you actually put down two sets of crops here. And when you have two sets of crops, that allows mature plants next to it the option to spread into it. Now, this is the problem, okay? Because weeds have not been disabled here, you have a I would say at least equal opportunity to have weeds sprout instead. And if I don't weed my garden, if I don't get rid of these weeds will mature and they will actually spread through my entire garden and like kill all of my plants. So you have to be really careful as you're breeding your plants to make sure that you pay attention, and if there's any weeds that sprout, you've got to get rid of them. Absolutely got to get rid of. Oh, that one. See, that one's not ready. If I just, and also, oh, see, there's weeds right there too. Ah, stupid weeds. So if they're not mature, then obviously they're not going to be able to spread the plant. So for sure you'll get weeds. So you got to be really careful. Let's see. And of course, then you get into problems like this. See, I really should have a better breeding setup than this, or better strengthening setup than this, because right now, if I placed cross crops right here, which is the two sets of crops, then the cabbage here and the winter squash here would try to cross. And I don't even know if there's something that comes from that cross, but I would rather not do that right now, because what I want is just a improved cabbage seed. So that is kind of the bad side of how I've been doing this. See, we got more weeds here, so I have to do that again. But here, this okra has spread. So the stats from here have a chance to have improved here. So what I've been doing is now I'll just go ahead and tear that up because this one's already good, and so it will continue to grow, and then once it's mature I'll actually switch back and grow another one here. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Like I said, it's I didn't really plan this very well there. I'll have to kind of think about my setup here and maybe change some things in order to make this a little bit better, but it is what it is right now. I'll go ahead and do the ones that I can here, and yeah, I'll just harvest that so I can cross crop that. And let's see, so I'll harvest that, cross crop that, bell pepper, I can cross crop that. I will harvest that, and I will wait for that to... Okay, see, this one's already spread, so I can go ahead and harvest that. And, whoop, wow, a bit of lag there. And here the pumpkin is good. Let's see, I'll just harvest that. And, oh, probably should have done that the other way. That's okay. So the peas have spread, so I can harvest that. And weeds, no good there. And weeds, and weeds. Stupid weeds. So this is kind of what you do with the AgriCraft to improve your seeds. Now here pretty soon, once I've got these improved a little bit, I'll actually get a seed analyzer. In fact, I may do that this episode. Let's see, soybeans have spread, awesome. Go ahead and do that. Do a seed analyzer so that you can actually see what these seeds are doing. In fact, I may do that actually right now, kind of as I'm waiting for some of this to go here. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like this stuff is ready too, so that's awesome. My grout is ready to be chained. Whoops, it's actually, I've been doing this differently. I haven't been putting seeds in here. So let's get all that stuff put away though. Put these seeds in here. And okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at a seed analyzer. I know I do need, I need some more sand.
I'm bringing some.
And dude, yeah, just told me she's bringing me some, so that's awesome. So if she could just throw that in the furnace when she gets back, that would be great. And I'll actually work on the smeltery for a second while I'm waiting for that. So grab all this stuff. So the smeltery is a multi-block structure. Requires a bunch of different stuff. The first big one that you need is the smeltery controller, built just like that. Okay, and it actually spawns a little book like that when you get it. And then you need a drain or two. I usually just do two. They're not, you don't have to have two, but I like having two. You need a casting table. Casting basin is very helpful as well. And then you also need a faucet for each one of those. You also need a tank, which, I also actually need glass for. So that's kind of annoying. But let's see here. Ah, hey, look, who's here? Awesome. So we'll go ahead and do that. And let's see, as soon as we have a glass come out, there we go. So for the tank is very simple, like that. And that really is all of the different parts that you really need. Now, what you do need a bunch of, though, is just simple seared bricks, just like that. Alright, so now you just have to pick a spot to build it, and I'm just gonna probably just throw it right here. In fact, I'll just convert. Actually, no, I'll leave those just in case. And I'm going to just build it right here. So let's just build it right over here. So I like digging out one down. You don't necessarily have to dig one down, but I like seeding mine a little bit. I am sorry. That is my Facebook going crazy in the background. Let's go ahead and you start just like this. Now, the newer versions of the smeltery, of Tinker's Construct, will actually let you build a bunch of different sizes of smeltery. This used to be the default, or I guess I shouldn't say default, but the only way you could do it, so that's why I build mine like this. There are actually other sizes that you can build. I think the only requirement is they are square. They have to be square. They have to be the same size on every side. So after you've got that, you can start placing the other bits and pieces. Let's just grab everything down into my hotbar. So your controller has to be on the first level after the floor. So the controller has to be someplace like that. I usually put my tank like right there. And then you can start kind of filling in. Where are my... Ah, there they are. So drains have to be on the edge too. Let's go ahead and just put them both on this side, like so. And then we can throw that block there. Throw those like that. Okay, now the way you know it's formed properly is if your controller starts smoking and burning like that. All right. So now, unfortunately, this is not ready to go just yet. We actually need one more item, which is lava. All right. You have to have lava for your smeltery to work. Also, we need to go ahead and place our casting basins here. We'll go ahead and throw that one there. And there it is. Throw the casting basin there. Throw your faucets just like that. All right, and there we have it. We now have a formed smeltery. So now what I have to do is I have to go find lava, which I think there's some right over there. But we do not have any iron at this time, so we can't make a bucket. Oh no, so what do we do? Well, basically, you grab some clay and you make a bucket with clay. So it's the same recipe as if it was iron, just like that, and that gets you unfired clay, or unfired clay buckets. So then once you throw it in the furnace, you can cook it up, and they become, oh hey look, Duty, I got me more glass. And they become hardened clay buckets, and you can get 1 bucket of lava each with those. But then once you dump it out, that bucket's no good anymore, it disappears. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and build the seed analyzer, which recipe is just like that. All you need is some sticks, some planks, and some slabs. I'm just gonna use like some oak slabs here because it's what I have. Let's go ahead and make a couple more planks there. And like that, and let's see, sticks like so. And that oh crap, what am I missing? Oh, like so? No? Fine, I guess I'll do it the hard way. Like that, like this, like that, and then like that, right? No? What did I mess up there? Okay, glass pane. Oh, does that one has to be, okay, sorry. That one has to be a stone slab, not a wood slab. Do we have any stone slabs anymore? Probably not. Oh, hey look, we got stone bricks. Let's actually use those. So throw that. There we go. Now we got ourselves a seed analyzer. So what you do with this, I'm just going to throw it right here. It doesn't need any power or anything. But you take your seeds. Let's take these tomato seeds right here. And you just throw those in there. And it will tell you what the stats are. So the 3 stats: growth, gain, and strength. So growth is how fast they mature. Gain is affects how many items you get when you harvest it, and then strength affects how resilient it is to weeds. So let's go ahead and, ooh, speaking of weeds, I hope I haven't screwed up here. Okay, so corn's good. That's good. Okay, that's carrot. Do I have any weeds? Okay, that one's good. Okay, that one's good. Lettuce is good. Beans are good. Hey, look at that. Looks like I didn't mess up. Looks like the weeds didn't take over. Awesome. I got distracted there for a second. Alright, so these ones I've actually been breeding back and forth a couple times. They're not going to be amazing by any means, but they have been bred a couple times. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how these are. Now, I need to get a actual book there. See, the beans aren't any good at all. Lettuce is, oh wow. Are these not going to, why are these not improving? That's interesting. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused right now because from what I understand, those should have gained a stat. I'm a little bit confused about why they didn't. Let's go ahead and just identify all these seeds and see if, oops, that one's already been identified. See if any of them have, oops, that one's already been identified. If any of them have actually been improved, because if none of them have improved, we may actually have a bug here in the pack. So we'll go ahead and just do this real quick. Doesn't take real long, which is nice. And then when this is done, we'll go and grab some lava and get our smeltery fired up. Let's see. Yeah, this is looking like we may actually have a bug. So, Utoxin, if you're watching this, or anyone from the NevaFree pack, I can't remember exactly what the name of the guy was that's actually building this. But if you guys are watching this, let me know. I'm pretty sure that at least one of these should have been improved by now with as much breeding as I've been doing. So let me know if maybe I'm just doing something wrong. This has worked for me in the past, but I don't know. But I think that something is not right here. One of these should have been improved by this point. So again, like I said, just let me know what's going on with that if you know. Other than that, we'll just kind of keep trucking along. Though I'll be honest, I'll probably stop trying to breed these back and forth because it's obviously not doing me any good right now. So I'm kind of glad I checked on that. So we'll go ahead and throw some of this glass in here real quick. We can throw the coal back in there and grab, let's see, there's the buckets. Alright, so now I think there's some lava over in that direction if my mini map isn't lying to me. So let's go take a look over there.
There's some over here by me.
And grab some here.
Not a pool of lava.
Let's see, I think, is there some, yeah, be very careful. Oh yeah, there's a nice big pool right here. Now the question is, can I get down to it without burning myself? That is always the question. Let's go ahead and carefully, very carefully, and okay, I've broke my pickaxe. That's okay, or my shovel. I am close enough though that I can grab some lava here. So I got 4 buckets, which is actually how much lava will fit into the smeltery. So this will definitely get us started. Eventually, I'll want to get some kind of tank attached to the smeltery to auto-fill it, but for right now, this is kind of what we're limited to. And let's see. Okay, there we go. So the first thing we're going to probably want to make in our smeltery is something called aluminum brass. It's actually what you make all of your molds and everything out of, which actually is copper and aluminum, which I'm pretty sure we've got some aluminum. I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
we have copper and aluminum.
Okay, so Dudia tells me we do have both of those, so that's good. Okay, so that's full, and as you notice, those copper, or those, not those copper, the clay buckets did disappear. So throw that last seed in there that I forgot to get rid of. And let's go ahead and check. See here, say we got copper and we got aluminum. Sweet. So we'll just throw a bunch of that in there. I'm trying to remember what the exact recipe is. Aluminum brass. Actually, let's just brass may be easier to find. Yeah, there we go. Molten aluminum brass. So it's looks like 3 parts aluminum, 1 part copper. All right. So that's too easy. So 3 parts aluminum, 1 part copper. So let's grab one more copper. That'll give us plenty of aluminum brass to get started. Throw those in there and let those cook away. All right. As you can see, we're already starting to lose lava. But now let's go ahead and start deciding what we want to what we actually want to start building. So the way you get the molds to actually pour other things is you actually get in the part builder and you get some cobblestone. Throw cobblestone in here, and then you just make a stone part. And see how it says this can only be used to make casts, cannot be used to make a tool. That's okay. That's what we want to use it for. So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and get just one of all of these. Might as well. We're going to need them all eventually anyway, even if we don't use them right away. Go ahead, yeah, we can go ahead and do that, and then do that, and then do one of those as well. There we go. So let's go ahead and check on this over here. We'll go ahead and throw one of those in there. And actually, I'm going to grab a chest over here just to make it a little bit nicer. Grab one of those, and actually let's actually just make it a pattern chest. So I'll need one of those. Make it a pattern chest. There we go. We will just throw this right there. So let's check and see. Okay, so we got 32 ingots of aluminum brass, which is plenty of aluminum brass. Probably actually made more than I really needed there, but that's okay. Now the nice thing that they have added fairly recently is that your stone pieces actually disappear now when it makes a cast. It used to be the stone pieces didn't disappear, and so you had a whole bunch of these worthless stone pieces floating around that you just had to try to get rid of. So that is nice. So let's grab all these and decide. Well, I guess there's really not much deciding to do. At this point, we can only do copper. I think that's all we have available to us. So let's go ahead. And the other nice thing about the smeltery, and let's go ahead and sleep real quick so it's daylight again. The other nice thing about the smeltery is it is a ore doubling mechanic. All right, so every piece of copper ore that I put in here will actually give me 2 ingots back rather than the 1 ingot that I would get if I put it in the furnace. So go ahead and let that go for a second. And we are getting pretty close to the end of the episode. Looks like I'm looking at about 24 minutes. But that's not bad. I showed you breeding crops here. We got our smeltery up. We'll have that up. We'll have tools upgraded certainly by the end of the episode, which is awesome. So really a good episode. We've made a lot of progress, and hey, look, I am not at risk of starving to death, which is awesome. And we have a beginnings of technology here, so that's awesome. So when you want to make a new pick head, you just throw the cast in there, and when you have a bit of metal here, when it finishes smelting, anytime now, and I'll just leave that molten aluminum brass in there because we'll need more casts and it's not going to mix with anything else. That is one problem, is if you have two metals in the smeltery that will mix, they will. There's no way to separate them in the smeltery. So as you saw, like when it first melted, the molten copper was on top. If you want to get your molten copper without taking out your molten aluminum brass, it's too easy. You just click on your molten copper and it moves to the bottom, and that's what it'll pour out of your spout. So let's go ahead and get a couple of pick head axes, because I'm pretty sure Dude Yeah will want one as well.
Yep.
And we might as well, we don't really need to, but we might as well upgrade the hatchets and the shovels that we have as well. We have plenty of copper right now, so probably I should really just wait and upgrade them with a better material. I probably won't upgrade them past copper until we get something else really nice, but for right now we will go ahead and do that. Now there is one more cast that I forgot that I do want to get, and that is a ingot cast. If you just throw any ingot, or if you don't have any ingots, I just happen to have one of those because I made one in the other in the furnace. You can use a brick, but really it's the same thing as anything else. You just throw an ingot down there and you pour aluminum brass over it, and there you go. So now I have an ingot cast. All right. So go ahead and throw that in there. Now, if you want to get so a bunch of copper out at one time, you can actually use your casting basin. This will actually pour a block of whatever material. Okay, so a block is 9 ingots, so it's just a little bit more efficient than trying to pour individual ingots. So let's go ahead and get our tools upgraded real quick before the end of the episode. So to upgrade your tools with this pack, or with these mods, you just throw your tool in there, and oh, actually, don't forget, when you're upgrading your tools, you need to make sure that they are fully repaired. So in this case, I've got flint, so I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a bunch of flint and go ahead and upgrade my tool, or not upgrade, but repair all of my tools here. Yeah, that one's broken. Oh, that one I don't have an upgrade for, so we'll leave it alone. There we go. Oops. So now let's go ahead and upgrade these. So basically you just throw it in like that, and you can see that it's now upgraded. Now the great thing about Iguana Tweaks is with the leveling up, you can change your parts. Like I can change the head of that axe, and you'll notice that the experience and the level does not change. It just gets a little better durability and better mining speed, alright? And now, of course, the repair material requires a copper ingot rather than a piece of flint. So that's really cool, right? So let's go ahead and do the same thing with our pickaxe. So we started off with a durability of 181, and now we have a 216. And we also have, if you'll notice, our mining level is... Oh, it's the same. That's right. We have to level up again the pickaxe, the mining level. So we can still only mine copper, but when it levels up, we'll be able to mine the next higher one as well. So, but increase the mining speed again, so that's really nice. Let's go ahead and do that over with our shovel as well. And where is Dude? Yeah, there she is. She's asking me if I have the which berries.
The little red berries.
No, I ate them. Why?
Just double checking.
Sorry. So there's your parts. Don't forget you have to repair your tools before you can upgrade the heads.
Yeah, no,
So
I'll get it in a bit.
there we go, guys. We have upgraded all of our tools up to the next level. I haven't upgraded my Matic. I probably will at some point. But like I said, I'll probably wait until I get. Honestly, I'll probably wait to upgrade them until I at least get Aluminium, which is a fairly high tier. Really, copper is plenty for these other tools. The pickaxe is the big one that you have to keep upgraded because you need to keep upgrading it in order to keep getting better metals to keep going farther in the chain of events. So, but I think that's going to do it for today, guys. I feel like we got a lot accomplished. We got our smeltery up, which is huge. And we've got copper tools now. And our garden is going well. We're not at risk of starving to death anymore, so that's awesome. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Go ahead and hit that like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do it. It is free. So until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.